Hi, everybody. It's Rob from Bison Track here, and I'm here today with a good friend of mine and small business owner. Bison, as a small business, we've been impacted by this whole pandemic, and all my friends that own small businesses or employed by one, we've all been impacted. So we wanted to help spread the word of small businesses that can be related to the motorcycle community or just, motorcycle lovers in general. And the first business I chose today, like I said, I've known this person for a long time. He's a very good friend of mine. It's Brian Tilson from Tilson Innovations Garage in Oklahoma City. And he's a great person with a great purpose and a passion for what he does. So here's Brian. Look at him.
What up, everybody? Brian, Tilson Innovations Garage here in beautiful South Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's one-stop stance shop.
That's right. So tell us about that. Like, what's your day in and day out?
So really, our specialty here is the altitude of your car, or vehicle. We do trucks, cars, late model
motorcycles.
I will bag a motorcycle. In fact, I've talked to a couple people about it. The problem is there's a few other shops in town that do it. So they seem to grab some of that motorcycle business.
And speaking of trucks, so you do trucks, and that's something that motorcycle track day enthusiasts and racers might be interested in. So I know you lower a lot of cars. Do you do helper springs and stuff like that for trucks?
I was about to say that's another. It's a small part of my business, but it's a definitely a key factor of my business. Just literally being able to control the way that the trailer tows is fantastic. We've all seen those guys going down the road where they've got too much tongue load and the trailer's doing the wobble. Right, a little bit of air in the back, and you can change the way that trailer's positioned and kind of the weight on it. So, we definitely do a bunch of those. Yeah. They're pretty inexpensive too. A simple helper bag setup starts anywhere from about $230 for parts and goes up from there. So, it's something we do quite a bit of just because they're inexpensive, easy, and everybody can kind of use them when they need to.
Getting back to your business side, how did this business come to be? Like, how did you start and how long have you been in business?
Well, so really, for me, it started as a hobby. I worked with you at your shop for a little while, on the side at Shifty Spray Works back in the day. And customizing cars has always been something I've done. The first thing I did to cars when I buy them was a brand new set of wheels and lowering springs. It was almost like a first weekend deal for me. I ended up renting a shop, and it's just snowballed from there. It started out doing some C10 pickups for, a bunch of guys. I'll pop my C10 tattoo out there.
I love it.
I started doing trucks for those guys, and it was doing them in the garage. And the phone just kept ringing. When you do one of these businesses, you start out with your friends, really. You kind of have three tiers. Yeah. You have your friends that come in and do business. And then you start to see your friends of friends starting to come in and do business.
Networking out, yeah.
Exactly. And now I'm to the point where I have no idea who the heck you are. I've never seen you in your life. And you've heard of me from Joe Blow's cousin, Bobby, aunt's uncle said, I'm the guy to bag his car. Which is fantastic. But we've never done any formal advertising other than Facebook and Instagram. And I built a business plain out and simple off of Facebook.
Yeah. Well, when you provide an awesome service and you do great work and you have a passion for what you do, that spreads. And I think I've talked to people that you and I have had no separation. I mean, there's been no commonality between you and I, and I've been talking to them, and they'll bring up something about their suspension, and I'll say, oh, my buddy in Oklahoma City's got a shop. And they're like, is that Tilson Garage? And I'm like, yeah, Tilson Innovations. And they're like, oh, man, this person told me he's the guy to talk to, and man, that's so cool. Like, I love it when that happens.
For me, it was always kind of a dream. When I was, in high school, I drew a building on a piece of paper, and I still have it hanging up somewhere in the office. And it said B&B Mobile Installation. And at that point in time, you remember car stereos and neon lights were the thing. And that's what I wanted to do. I mean, that was just my dream. So to have finally somewhat fulfilled that, Whether my business succeeds or doesn't at this point, I've got to go to SEMA. I've got to meet Chip Foose and had personal conversations. He knows my name. It's really cool that some of these people I've watched on TV on Sunday mornings on, Power Block, I feel like I wouldn't say I'm friends with, but definitely business acquaintances. And which is really cool.
Yeah, there's connections there.
Yeah,
exactly. That's cool. That's awesome. So what's your favorite part about business ownership so far?
Honestly, it's being able to grow in the way I foresee to grow. I've always been in, I was a T-Mobile manager for many, many years. I did retail. I saw great ways to grow a business and to improve what we were doing, but I could rarely never execute those because it's really not my business at the end of the day.
Red tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite part is to not deal with the corporate America. I'm going to be honest, though. The worst part is the stress. I mean, like, you carry it around everywhere. Like, I mean, I wake up at midnight and I'm like, crap, I forgot to message that guy about parts or, whatever.
Yeah.
When you work for somebody else, you clock out and you go home and that's it. And unfortunately, I don't ever have that moment anymore. Like right now, it's Saturday morning,
I'll be laying in bed
Saturday afternoon, and my kids are out riding around on scooters out in front of the parking lot right now while I'm up here at the shop taking care of some stuff that needs to get taken care of. But that's also the advantage.
Bingo.
Coming to the things that you say I like about owning a small business, being able to have my kids come up here and play is fantastic.
I know business was rolling for you before this whole thing started, and it's frustrating because a lot of us small business people in my circle, you and some of the others that I'm going to talk to later, but we were all just kind of getting traction for 2020, and it looked like it was going to be a really good year. But how's the pandemic directly affected you? Because I know for all of us, it's been a little bit different. Like for me, it's been, our factories are shut down for a couple of weeks, and then shipping sucks and all that. But for you directly, has it been the customer income, the shipping, parts, all of the above?
So it's been a roller coaster. This thing sidetracked all of us. So I had a full shop, thankfully, the day that everything hit and really, closed down. And for me in Oklahoma City, that moment was Rudy Gobert getting it and them closing the Oklahoma City Thunder game. Like that was when the NBA said it.
That's when it got real.
Yeah, that was it. That was the turning point for me. And at that point, everybody realized that it's real. Lots of people have been furloughed at this point. Lots of people that didn't think they were going to get furloughs end up getting furloughed. Unemployment hit 17%. Oil drop. I mean, you saw the whole spectrum of that week right there. Nothing. We didn't get shipping. We didn't get product. We didn't get sales. We didn't get phone calls. I mean, stimulus checks hit and holy moly. I was telling Crystal last night, I feel like I'm looking at September right now in the calendar. But the problem is I still cannot get parts. All the manufacturers have had to go to, working 10 people in the warehouse for a limited amount of time, or they can't be open because they're not considered essential in their counties or whatever. So here in Oklahoma, it's a lot of business as normal. In California, which we all know is where a lot of the aftermarket community is based out of, it is not business as normal. Shipping has been really interesting because there's a lot of businesses that ordered product before it hit. And so there's product. I talked to the FedEx guy, and he said there's literally pallets of product sitting on the or on docks trying to get delivered to businesses that are closed. And they can't return them for up to 10 days. They have to leave them on the dock for 10 days, and then they're going to return them to warehouses, and the warehouses that sent them out are closed. So my biggest stressor through this whole thing, in all honesty, has been trying to explain to customers that I don't know shit. I mean, pardon my French, but that's it. I can't promise you when it's going to be here. I really don't know. I'm doing what I can do on my part. I'm putting in the orders as quick as I can put in the orders. And that's what's made it the hardest for my business.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the cash flow. It was for about 2 weeks, but then that steadily increased as soon as stimulus came. But judging what happens outside of my building has been the biggest stressor of this whole deal.
Yeah, the unknowns are the things that are outside of our control are so frustrating. You know, when
100%.
you're so centric, you build your business around customer service, and then you can't give your client an answer as to when they're going to have their stuff. You know?
Yeah. So you nailed it right there. I built my business, like you said, off of a lot of word of mouth, reputation, etc. And right now, I feel like it's somewhat being damaged, and most of my customers are understanding. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
me as a stressor and the guy who carries that load, it has not made it any easier at all to deal through the situation. But customers, when they come and they see their car air out the first time, they're all excited to hand me that money. I love that fact. Makes it enjoyable.
It's a want, not a need. You're selling somebody fun.
But a want, not a need in a pandemic is not the best situation to be in.
I understand 100%. So how can people watching this help you promote your business? What can we do to help you?
In all honesty, the best promotion I get is simple likes and shares and comments on the old Facebook page and Instagram page.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that just a simple a simple click of the like button will allow 20 more or to 50 more people to see my post just because you liked it. Also, we are selling some Corona edition t-shirts. We made some t-shirts to kind of help the shop. And not only does it help my shop, another buddy of mine, Bruce at Project Sick One, he does a lot of t-shirts and graphics, vinyls and different things like that. Obviously, he's in the same building I am, and I kind of wanted to help him out as well. So me placing a t-shirt order during the pandemic helps him out. It's a small thing. Obviously, not everybody can spend, $2,500 on a bag setup right now, and I completely understand that. And that's not everybody's cup of tea. So, a $25 shirt, you're wearing it around. It's got a really cool drawing on the back that I drew personally, and which is pretty cool because I'm not an artist, but I think I did a pretty bang up job on it.
I agree, man.
But, it's something cool, and that can help promote my business too. So between those two things, those are really two good ways that you can either spend a little money with me or just help the business grow without doing anything besides a simple click of a button.
All right. Can you give us a little tour of your place?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell everybody about what you got going? Because,
So I don't know how to switch this around here. Hold on.
I don't know if you can.
All right. Well, so this is probably one of my coolest moments here. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's my buddy Igor, CA Tuned out in Sacramento, California. They build custom suspension. So I am a dealer for them, and they do coilovers and air ride for a lot of BMW applications that nobody else makes, as well as Volkswagen, Audi, mainly European. But this was the car we took to SEMA Battle of the Builders. But we went to SEMA and got third place in Battle of the Builders Sport Compact class, which for me was unreal. Getting to sit up there during the parade as everybody's leaving SEMA. The car was sitting up there at the booth for the top three, and we got to sit in the little roped off area and watch everybody drive by. And dude, it was rad. I mean, this picture right here, I don't know if you can see that one.
Yeah,
you can see me and Alex sitting up there watching the parade with the car sitting right behind us. I mean, that's SEMA. I mean, that's like the biggest stage as a car builder, you can get for me at that point. And then I have some really cool customers that do things like this. So customer Isaac, we bagged a CTSV wagon, 900 plus horsepower, full air ride. I mean, this thing is a beast. Lots of trophies there, even trophy with my truck on it, which is pretty cool. Cool one here. It's dusty, but Volkswagen St. Louis Choice Award from the Ozark Euro Rally, which is a great show in August. Those guys do a fantastic job. Yeah. Give them a little shout out because it is a slow thing. Same thing with Slamboree. Man, I really hope that car shows, that's a whole nother topic. Same thing with racing. obviously, we do junior drag, you do motorcycle racing, and big group type events is going to be something that I'm really curious to see how it plays out with this, because that's a huge part of my business. This time of year, we're normally not here on weekends because we're normally out at car shows promoting business.
Yeah, you get in front of people and talk to them face to face, and show them firsthand what you do. That's really where
and then
built value.
You bring out stuff like that. That's a turbocharged 5th-gen Camaro on full air ride, roll cage. I mean, you take out something like that to the car show, and people see what you're doing, and they're like, "Huh." Got my old truck. This is my C10. This is kind of what started my business, in all honesty. I bought this truck down at another place, and I'll leave places nameless. But the work wasn't quite up to my standard, but I ended up redoing it all, and I spent a whole lot of money to have it all done, and I ended up having to redo it all, and I thought to myself, man, I can do a better job for less money and probably still make a profit doing what I love. And that's really what jump-started it, was that truck, and which is really funny because I went and bought it because me and my wife got angry on the 4th of July. We got in a fight at Lake Texoma, and I hooked Buck out of there, and I went to Sherman, and I looked at a truck, and I fell in love with a C10, and I basically decided at that point in time I was going to buy one. And
good for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what happens. But so the showroom, I've got wheels on display. I've got posters. I've even got the TV with the regular Nintendo, so you can, check it out. We got some car cleaning goodies. My desk is a mess. I'm just going to be honest. The whole office is a mess. In fact, during the pandemic, we probably should have cleaned up the office, but we didn't. But I'm a small business, and if you've ever been in a small business auto shop, especially a small business paint and body auto shop,
hey,
worse than I am. Holy crap!
Come at paint and body,
man, because I have experience in those, and let me tell you, I mean, I remember somebody's office walking in there, and man. So here at the shop, we've got a couple cool projects going on. Let me cut this radio real quick.
Oh, sweet.
So that is a 52 Chevy, but it's actually on a full S10 frame from mid-80s. The people who did it originally did a fantastic job on a lot of it. The interior is super nice. The seat is gorgeous, but the framework wasn't fantastic. So we ended up redoing a lot of it. We did a custom triangulated 3-link or triangulated 4-link, bagged it for him. His point to us was to make it to where he could lift it. But, I can't leave well enough alone, so I made it to where it'll also go lower.
Go lower. Imagine that.
I mean, let's just put this in perspective. Woo! That is about on the ground as you can be on the ground. And what's awesome is it really stops right there at 0 PSI, is right when the bumper softly lays to the ground.
Wow.
Which is that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
This is another cool car that we have here right now. It's Wesley Seeley's Golden Beauty, the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know that car, it's special in the Oklahoma community. The kid, obviously he's not with us anymore. I talked to him about bagging the car, and we never got around to it. And that all happened. And then not even a year later, probably 3 or 4 months later, his parents showed up and was like, hey, we heard Wesley talk to you about bagging the car. Would you be interested in doing it? I said, of course. So this is really cool. We did a laser engraved tank.
That's awesome.
It says, live your best life. Wesley Seeley has the dates on it with the flamingos. So we get to do some really cool projects. Everything from Hyundai Genesis to right here. This is a 1980 or 1998 OBS frame, just a frame.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a truck.
Where did the body go? Where did the body go, bro?
It was a truck. Believe it or not, last week it drove into the shop, and this is what we have. So awesome. Motor has been rebuilt. We're doing an LS swap. LS is already done. We're putting the cam, lifters, BTR stage 4 cam in it. Body and cab and bed are over at Paint and Body Shop getting painted right now. We're doing the frame. We're doing the notch because we're going to do like a 6/8 drop on it. So we did a frame notch, and
Nice.
we blast, or I'm not going to call blast it, but we've wire wheeled the whole frame, degreased it, got it all down, painting it, getting it ready to put the body and motor back in, and it'll get out of here.
That's awesome, man. Well, brother, I'm sure you got a lot going on this weekend. So I know your girls are there with you. So I'll let you get back to them.
I got to go put the 22s back on the Tiguan so Mama can go floss tonight.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Go cruise tonight, too.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, you guys have fun. I appreciate you, taking the time
you, Mr.
this
Lackey.
morning. So.
I appreciate you, Mr. Lackey. Let me know if there's anything, obviously, we can do to help Bison Track. I know we were in conversation before all this pandemic started about some new developments for you that obviously have been somewhat put on hold because of the pandemic and race season.
Yeah.
But I'm anxious to see what the future holds for you. I love the product I've got. I don't motorcycle race, so I don't have a suit, but I've just got a hoodie and a hat, and I like both of them. So cheers to you, buddy. Let me know if there's any way I can help you out as well.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about, man. Helping each other out. So hopefully this video gets you some traction. Just real quick, so if people watch this, they're interested in talking with you about something. What's the phone number they should call? What's your website or your social media tags?
Yeah, so best way to get in touch with me is call here on the phone at the shop. Phone number is 405-388-9588. That's 405-388-9588. It is an old school phone, so it has an answering machine.
Whoa.
I know a lot of people don't realize what these are, but please leave me a message if I don't answer.
Gone by.
Dude, it's so funny because everybody assumes it's a cell phone, and so they're like, "Oh, I messaged you." I'm like, "I never got a text message." "Oh, I messaged Rob." I'm like, "No, that's a real phone, like a landline. Like it's an actual cordless phone. Like I have 4 cordless phones here in the shop with an answering machine." I'm like real. Like I got.
So don't text that number. Don't text that number. Is what you're saying.
So don't text it. Call. But point is, if I don't answer, it's probably because I'm outside underneath the vehicle or with another customer. Leave me a message with a phone number, and I will call you back. I'm not ignoring your phone call. There is just 2 of us here, so bear with me. Leave me a message. I will get you back. I don't see a missed call because, like I said, it's not cell. But that's 405-388-9588. We're here Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Saturdays, normally 9 to 1, unless we're drag racing. If it's a race weekend, I'm out this mug, or if it's a car show, I'm out this mug. So.
I'm with you. And then what about social media?
Social media, Tilson Innovations Garage on Facebook, and then Tilson Innovations on Instagram, and then hashtags. Team TIG is the hashtag that seems to get the most traction on Instagram. If you look that up, you can see all kinds of work that I've done. Also, Tilson Garage on Instagram. You can see all kinds of work under my hashtags. And that kind of shows what my customers are saying about my work, not what I say about my work. Which can go a long way for promoting that.
All right, Brian. Well, hey, thanks again, man. Have a great weekend. Have fun cruising tonight. And
you too, brother.
Hopefully we can hang out soon and have a drink.
Yeah, without wearing masks and, all the stuff. But
you're the man, Brian. I could use a big bearded man hug soon, so I'll holler at you. You take care. Have fun with family. All right, man. Bye-bye.